Good afternoon and welcome to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene. As of November 11, 2025, the usual duty-free concessions on Christmas barrels starts and ends on December 31, 2025. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves during his 2025 Independence Address at the Independence Parade held at the Arnorsville playing field. He said, "The initiative brings much relief to ordinary folks in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it has been copied by several governments across the region." Prime Minister Gonsalves further noted that the program of assisting fisherfolk with acquiring boats and equipment will be ramped up. He said that a further $5 million will be put to this venture from January 2026. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, in his 2025 Independence Address, announced the increase in the monthly public assistance payment effective from December 2025. Prime Minister Gonsalves stated that from December, all will receive an increased payment in public assistance monthly of $360, in addition to an existing and expanding menu of social safety net assistance, including housing, rents, food packages, lump sums for particular adverse events, medical and pharmaceutical support. This increase will be backdated to September 2025, and the back pay is to be paid at the end of November. Prime Minister Gonsalves said the increase in public assistance for the 4-month period, September to December, will cost the Treasury $1.246 million. Analyzed, the cost is $3.74 million. Currently, there are 4,646 persons on public assistance, with persons under 65 years of age receiving $280 monthly, and those over 65 years receiving $300. Still on the local scene, the government has announced that in addition to the minimum NIS pension of $320 monthly, it will pay through the NIS an additional $40 monthly. This will bring the minimum NIS monthly pension to $360. Also, pensioners will receive a 3-month back payment of $120 for the months of September to November 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said, for this support for the 4-month period to the end of December 2025, it will cost the Treasury shy of $250,000. He also pointed out that there is an attendant funeral grant for the family of an NIS pensioner. Currently, there are 1,910 pensioners at the NIS who are on minimum pension out of nearly 10,000 pensioners overall on NIS. On to news in the region. The government of St. Lucia has moved to ensure the safety and well-being of their students residing in Jamaica as Hurricane Melissa bears down on the island. Minister for Education, Sean Edward, on Monday confirmed that precautionary measures were activated in coordination with Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre. Edward said that the government of St. Lucia secured hotel accommodation for students and also made cash available to them to get supplies. According to forecasters, Hurricane Melissa intensified to a Category 5 on October 27th, becoming the strongest hurricane to hit the island since record-keeping began in 1851. Also, The minister urged St. Lucians to keep the students and the people of Jamaica in their thoughts, noting that the government continues to monitor the situation closely through its liaison channels. 3 Caribbean countries were rocked by 3 powerful earthquakes on Monday, but there were no immediate reports of injuries or damages. The Seismic Research Center, SRC, at the St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies, UWI, said that the first quake, with a magnitude of 6.7, occurred at 8:38 a.m. local time at a depth of 12 kilometers. The tremor was felt 222 kilometers east of Pointe-à-Piton in Guadeloupe, 244 kilometers northeast of Roseau, the Dominican capital, and 264 east-southeast of St. John's in Antigua and Barbuda. The SRC reported that the other strong quake, which occurred at 8:55 a.m. local time, had a magnitude of 6.1 and at a depth of 29 kilometers, affecting the same 3 Caribbean countries. According to the SRC, the quake was felt 225 kilometers east of Pointe-à-Piton, Guadeloupe, 265 kilometers northeast of Roseau, Dominica, and 265 kilometers east-southeast of St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda. The last earthquake, which occurred at 8:46 a.m. local time, had a magnitude of 5.2. It was at a depth of 14 kilometers and felt 227 kilometers east of Pointe-à-Piton, Guadeloupe, 249 kilometers northeast of Roseau, Dominica, and 267 kilometers east-southeast of St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda. Tremors were felt in other countries, including St. Lucia and St. Kitts. On the international scene, 10 European tourists and a local pilot were killed in a plane crash near Kenya's coast, officials have said. The aircraft was flying from the popular beach resort of Diani to an airstrip in Masimara Game Park when it went down at 5:30 local time, the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority said. The plane was carrying 8 Hungarians, 2 Germans, and a Kenyan pilot. It is reported that the plane crashed about 10 kilometers from Kwale Town after flying out of Diani. It was on its way to Kichwa Tembo, an airstrip in Masimara, popular with holidaymakers because of its wildlife. The Kwale County Commissioner said that investigations into the cause of the crash were ongoing, but he suggested it could have been due to bad weather. Finally, in sports, Patrick Mahomes threw 3 touchdowns as the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Washington Commanders on Monday evening, winning their 3rd consecutive game. The 2-time NFL MVP completed 25 of his 34 passes for 299 yards, finding Kareem Hunt, Rashee Rice, and Travis Kelce for touchdowns in the second half. The Chiefs has now won 4 of their last 5 games, improving their record to 5 wins and 3 defeats from 8 matches. This has been WFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Shanika Stapleton. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WFM's 3 p.m. news. WFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Coats St. Vincent Limited.
Quartz Optical. Get 15% off. When you bring in your prescription from any other eye care provider, we'll give you 15% off the cost of your frames and lenses. So visit us today and get 15% off. Offer valid on cash and credit purchases. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
WFM.